Well, wow. I'm just sitting here in utter amazement and awe, and I don't even know where to begin planning. Um, I want to reach out to all of the people I know to see what networking events are coming up and get to those. I It has been the last couple of weeks have just been intense and insane, and it's really cool. I'm literally I asked the universe for what I wanted. And so my initial plan was what I wanted, okay? And what I wanted was my friend Kristen's car. I wanted to buy it. Well, that fell through, and I was stuck, and I felt like the rug was pulled out from underneath me, and I thought, what am I going to do now? Boy, this hair's wild. And I thought, what am I going to do now? I had a limited budget. I looked at vehicles in my budget range. I've owned a lot of vehicles in my lifetime. I've had Hondas, I've had Toyotas, I've had Volkswagens, I've had Fords, I've had Chevys. I even had a Yugo one time. And as I looked around, everything within my price range, I had such a sweet deal that was set up for me. Everything in my price range, all of a sudden, I felt like I was going to have to wait. That this opportunity of a vehicle was going to have to be delayed. And you know what? Instead of thinking that way, I thought, no, I've waited too long. I have this opportunity. Like literally, my cancer could come back tomorrow. And what am I going to do? And I need to make the most opportunities. And I have a story, and I have a mission, and I want to accomplish it. So I started researching. I took my personal experience, and I put it out to the universe what I wanted. I said, this is what we've got. And I told God, this is what we've got. This is what I want. And I got better than I wanted. And it just happened to all be the right timing. And the morning I found this vehicle, like literally, I had hardly any sleep the night before because I was so worried and I was so upset about things not working out as I wanted. And for some reason, all of a sudden, boom, I woke up, and I've been doing an hour in the morning every day of not getting on electronics for the first hour I'm awake. But I broke that, and I hopped right on it. Got right on there, looked up. For some reason, it just, in my head, I heard, look for used Jeeps. And I had kind of already been looking for some because I realized through the different car forums. And that's the amazing thing about the internet these days is you can hop on all these forums and learn things. And I learned a lot about these Jeeps, and I started looking at them, and this happened. And yeah, and it's really great. And I'm driving something that has been very well maintained. It has been all parts replaced, obviously, and that's the thing I'm learning about Jeeps is they're basically like Build-A-Bear, but build a vehicle. And yeah, so all the excitement of this, and it's nice to look out my window and see it sitting in the driveway. And now I'm ready to get the stuff from the store moved out of my garage so I can park it in there. And so I think it's time to have a garage sale. And also, too, I plan on getting out and catching. I know it's like the end of the summer, but maybe I can catch a couple flea markets yet. Maybe find some indoor flea markets to attend this winter. I'm really happy. So, and I also have something that is bringing me joy, and is giving me zest for life. Like, I'm really excited about having a new unique hobby. That's what this like Jeep lifestyle is. And I've always loved like cranking on cars and customization and things like that. My family like to um, repair and redo muscle cars and some racing. And one of my exes was into power, more than one was into power sports and all sorts of stuff. So um, it's given me that zest back in life. I just realized it. And I stopped and saw a friend this afternoon because I wanted to share this morning to show her. And I was like, woo, all excited, and really above over the top. It's hard to contain my excitement. And it means a lot to me. And I also wanted something, and part of my prayer was to have something that would help me build my career and my image and my brand. And yeah, so be careful what you ask for because you'll end up with a Dayglow yellow vehicle in your driveway. And yellow is so not my favorite vehicle color. I like red and I like white. So yeah, I kind of can't believe this. And and then I had, and this is also just another example. Another person I know said to me, he was like, really, why'd you buy this? Are you happy with this purchase? You know, it's you're gonna be having to replace things and fix things and blah 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 blah. You're looking at that. Okay, yeah, I did. I'm not looking at as a vehicle as I buy it and I drive it and throw it away after I get the 10 to 20,000 miles out of it I'm going to without before everything going completely wrong. This isn't the first used vehicle I've bought. This is just one of the best used vehicles I've bought. And it just so happened I happened to find it in my price range. I do understand that having an older vehicle means repairs and upkeep, but I also know that it means that it's cheap. And if you're going to have a vehicle that you have to, an older model, or if you have an engine with higher miles, like as I was looking at newer things, you want something that's going to be economical to fix. And according to everything that I read, your best bang for your buck is a Jeep. And that's just not because Jeep people are biased. I looked at all sorts of reports and different things like this. And so if you think about it, a Jeep is just kind of like a Build-A-Bear. You just replace parts. And it's not like a Cadillac where parts are super expensive. Parts are cheap. People that Jeep often have them. I mean, like now this gives me a bigger goal because I want to buy a house that has a big garage so that I can play Jeep. See, you need to have these goals. We tend to have this feeling in our society that if you need help and you get help, that you don't deserve to be better or to do better. And what that does is it keeps people stuck in a socioeconomic class, and so that's why I'm so grateful because almost everybody that's around me is happy for me, that they see that this is all greater. It's about a bigger picture and what it is. And the naysayers, they seem to be the ones that are irritating me. But I just need to plug my ears because I had a car guy go through the vehicle. He overlooked through the motor. He did a bunch of things, and I just picked it up yesterday from there. After I brought it home. So I've been waiting to drive this. And and he looked it all over and everything. And they looked at me and he's like, and you got all the parts for it, all the parts that were taken off. And he asked what I paid. And it was unbelievable. And his jaw about hit the floor. And so his wife's almost did too. So that is why I'm telling you this. And I'm not telling you people all this stuff to brag or to show off or anything like that. So please don't mistake this as that. This is me sharing excitement. And this is me sharing that wherever you're at in life, whether you're lifting yourself up out of a life of poverty, a life of illness, a life of addiction, you do deserve good things. But be smart about your choices. I really think that God saved me from buying the Cadillac because I really, really wanted it just because it was Kristen's. And I also knew that it would be expensive to fix. I've had luxury vehicles before. Um, and that model would have probably needed a lot of fixing. But on the other side of it is you're looking at, oh, it's a newer model. And I learned a lot through this process. So please know that this is a wise choice. It was a good choice. It was an educated choice. It wasn't just Sheena looking at something flashy because I like flashy and sparkly and glittery. This machine is more, and I call it a machine. It's more than just a bright yellow box. And in fact, about this machine I have sitting in my driveway now, it's actually more about what's underneath that hood than what's on the outside, because the body itself is old. It may have a fresh, fun paint job on it, but with old vehicles, you're still looking that around the joints, around things like that. It's not going to be like buying a brand new car. You have to pay attention to that stuff. So it is not without flaw, and it wasn't because it was shiny. I really did. That happened to be the bonus that the universe gave me, because I was actually fully prepared to buy another Jeep that did not look as nice, that did not have the bells and whistles on it, simply because I could afford it and I knew it would be an affordable fix. So, yes, it's the truth. All right. So big, long talk about this because I've kind of had some mixed reviews from folks over my choice. And so I wanted to address it. And I know that people are looking out for me. They're thinking that, but I did have people involved in this and making the decision, and people that knew about Jeeps came and looked at it with me and picked it up with me. So I knew what was fully involved in this and what I was stepping into. I didn't expect that this was going to be like a brand new car rolled off the lot. And I also didn't expect that it was going to be so bright and shiny. So when I go out and I do my social media promoting of events and other things, it's definitely an eye catcher and a conversation starter. So there's a lot that goes into this for me. So just be happy for me. And please know that I made the best choice, with not only, because if I didn't know people that worked on Jeeps and it's a lifestyle for them, I would not have picked that up. So please know that and don't be concerned. And, I'm not ice cream. I'm not going to make everybody happy or please everybody. But I do feel like I need to address this, because so many people have helped me and given, and they see me, looking, even in the video I did earlier today, I did an appeal like, hey, if you want to help with gas, blah, 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 blah. But some people be like, well, if that's, they can look at that and be like, well, you don't need help. Look at the vehicle you bought. But they don't understand what I spent for it, what I asked for, what a deal I got, what a gem I got. And also that I did factor in everything behind it as far as, fixing it and parts. And when I look at the vehicle, I mean, if I just wanted to part it out, I would have back the investment that I put into it just by parting out all the extra pieces and everything to it. So I did my research, and I don't even feel like I should be here having to explain this, but I do, because all along I want people to know that I have been a good steward of your help, and I have lived very menially, and and this opportunity just happened to happen. And all that matters is that the person that helped me with this opportunity is okay with it. I can't be worried about that, because that's what this was. I put it out to the world that I needed a peer-to-peer lender, that I needed help getting a vehicle, and what matters, and I do know that this person thinks that this is an all right purchase. So, okay. So I've explained it. I've addressed the elephant in the room. And trust me, like I said, it's not, it might look fun and it's great, but that's the bonus. I was all prepared to drive a piece of poop Jeep. And this one, actually, the motor was better in it than the ones that I was already looking at. And it was certainly better than the Subaru Foresters with oodles of miles on it that I looked at. And I talked to my friends that owned one. They let me know when things started going. And then with my personal experience of Chevys and Fords, I also knew where they were starting to nickel and dime and what went wrong. And trust me, I've put some hefty repairs into Fords and Chevys. So I'd rather have this inspected by a Jeep mechanic, already gone through again and looked at. And yes, there are a few little repairs we need to make, but that's good. So, and today, one of the repairs that we needed to make, we are getting that scheduled. So it's kind of sucky. It's like I got my freedom back, but then we're still taking a little bit of time making sure that I'm safe on the road and in a completely reliable vehicle. So, yes. So reliability, brand imaging, all of that stuff. And a new hobby. All right. So I just needed to come on here and address this. And I don't know why, but I did. So there we go. I had to. Bye-bye. And thank you to all that made this happen.